For anyone who's interested, or possibly for myself in the future, to look back on the amount of work I had to do, we bought this house here in Spain, so that's our corner house there. And with the property, we also got this lovely parcel, which used to be a place where baking was done, essentially. I think it was something to that effect, right?
Yeah, yeah, an orneo, I think they call it, orneo.
We also got a small piece of land, very, very small. It's basically half of this green area here between that line of trees and then these borders from these other homes' fences. With the small plot of land, the small ruin here, and our house, we also got this ruin here on the corner. So the bottom floor, the first floor is a stone wall, and the top is all adobe. And as you can see, so that wall there is where our property ends here. We've got this big bay door, and then that wall there is where our property ends, and then it connects to another one. So this roof and second floor and portions of this adobe wall have all collapsed inward, and basically we are needing to clean it out. It could possibly take us quite a long time. As you can see, we've got quite a challenge ahead of us, but our very first challenge is to actually just be able to get into there, because these gates open inward and everything is collapsed behind them. So we're gonna start deslatting this so we can get in there, see what the situation is, see what we need to do to start clearing this out, and have a nice stone walled garden or something to that effect. We want to make room for our car because right now we're parking on the street. But we're going to get started, and if you're curious, come check out our exploration of this ruin that came with our property here in Spain. So far we've only managed to destroy these two slats. I can see in here now that, man, I've got quite a challenge ahead of me. As you can see, there's an old bed there. Look at that old power box. These are super old. So it looks like we've got a tree growing right behind us, and I'm assuming the beams that held the floor are just there. We're gonna keep working at it.
All right, this is our progress so far. I've got a nail extraction station over there. We're saving the wood, probably just a burn pile for later, but
I'd
if
like
we
to
can
try
reuse it, we could.
Yeah, maybe put some of those slats back up.
That would be nice.
For sure, depending, but like, even look at these beams. They're in such good shape. And like, this stuff is old, so that's pretty impressive. Let me see that, and I'll show them inside here.
Yeah.
This door is really neat, actually. The whole thing hinges on a big circular hinge. And you can see this old power box I was saying, but I'm not a big fan of this setup right now because all these large beams are fairly loose. What I think we'll do is just start piling what we can on that other pile of rubble that we own, and eventually at some point start getting trucks to come pick it up, or large dumpsters. But we'll try to bushwhack through here and show you some more stuff. But I thought kind of neat, like, you can see the old windows and stuff from the upper floors, and here's some of the beams from the floors. They actually, you know, they're in decent shape. I don't know what I would use them for, maybe to erect something small, but some kind of metal railing over there. There's a whole concrete walled room over there. So it's very interesting, and I'm wondering if we're gonna find something really neat. I doubt there's anything worth money under all this crap, but who knows? Maybe we'll find something that at least we find neat.
All right, well, here's our burn pile. So far, nothing has been salvageable, which is fine. But we have made some really good progress in here.
So as I've been busting stuff up in here and moving it out there, she's been stacking it over there. It's amazing how much stuff was on top of the tiles. You think the tiles would have been on top, right?
Right, because it would have been the last thing to fall.
I guess because they're small, so they like fell through nooks and crannies. So let me take that from you. So yeah, I'm trying to get back through there, and then once we get back through there, we can get into the larger area. I got most of this dangerous stuff that could fall on my head out of the way, minus this pretty big beam, but it's in good shape. And then everything else is kind of resting on it, so I'm going to work from the top of that pile down, so that way I don't have stuff falling. I think all these smaller twigs were the little supports that went between the larger slats, and then what they allowed you to do was put the tiles on top. So they basically were cross pieces that held the tile in place. But for today, I think we're gonna call it quits. I don't want to burn out, and my arm's getting a little tired. But I think I'm gonna compile a few days on here so you guys get an idea how much we've gotten done. So we'll see you again tomorrow. This will be a good test of my new mic because it's pretty windy today. But as you can see, we've got quite a bit of wood piled up in comparison to yesterday. And as we've gone along, we have been stacking the good terracotta roof tiles in case there is some use for them later on. Maybe we'll build a small shed or something. All of the bad tiles we've been piling in our other rubble pile. But we've accomplished this awesome goal.
Dun, 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 dun.
So we got one door completely open, and as you can see, I had to dig quite a ways down.
A lot of rubble.
Right. So it's definitely a project. A couple people have told us so far that potentially we can have a man who lives in a town not too far from here come with a, they keep saying a machine. I'm assuming he has like a backhoe or a, front loader or some type of thing. Maybe a small skid steer or something, but either way, they're saying the guy will come clean this property up and it'll be cheap. So we're looking into that possibly, but for now, we're having fun working on this ourselves, getting some stuff cleared out, digging through and seeing what's in here because it's kind of fun. But we're going to continue on, but just wanted to give an update. We've got this gate open, super awesome. Now we can get this stuff moved out from behind this door now that I have space to actually bring it out because I've just been climbing in and out of the gate here. What do you think?
I think we're making some good progress.
Right, I was just telling Rachel that I don't want to work too much longer, but I'm at a point where I feel like I'm progressing forward rapidly. And I've just scored a huge pile of the roof tiles that were still in good shape. So I've stacked them on the side with the other ones. And then now I'm going to cut this tree down. I wanted to leave it because I thought it was neat. Maybe I'll still do that. But definitely working on getting rid of this junk here and being real careful of these larger beams. So I'm trying to get everything off the top of that and then seeing what the actual weight of it is. It looks pretty solid, so I'm guessing it's going to be heavy as heck. All right, last load of the second day. Let's see what we've got. Well, we've definitely got a bigger pile of wood. We've cut down the tree. We decided just to get rid of that tree. It wasn't a tree we'd necessarily want in the garden anyway. We can plant another one. So we've got live wood there drying. And these are planks we decided we would keep. Some of them are in decent shape. Bunch of the tiles I was showing you earlier. Here's our stack of broken tiles. We've been just keeping them there to keep things a little organized. And here's our treasure pile. Oh, you didn't see this. I found a toilet paper dispenser and the faucet head.
Look at that.
And a trash can lid. And that's the old propane hot water heater.
It's so funny, all things we currently need in the house.
Yeah.
But not in usable condition.
Yeah, we don't have a toilet paper dispenser or a hot water heater. And then there's this roll of styrofoam that looks brand new because, plastics. And I think that's like a corner bead or something, that plastic thing there. But check out our progress. Actually, I'm very pleased with today's results. I think you guys will agree that we've gotten something done today. I'm pretty stoked. How about you?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Feels good to see that wall back there and have an actual idea of the space that we're working with.
Right. I think that it's enough for today. So we're on day 3 now, and basically we're doing the same thing as we were yesterday. I've actually saw that there's quite a bit of good wood. This is a really nice plank, so I'm trying to dig it out. Basically, I've been unstacking these tiles as I go, handing them over here as we've gone along, just unearthing different things. This looks like it was an old shutter or door or something. My goodness, did you see me jump? I thought something was down there. It was just a piece of bark.
It's gonna get you.
But this is a nice plank here we're gonna try to save, and then a bunch of these planks. And actually, I just this is the furthest I've really seen down in here. It looks as if this whole floor is in good condition. So in this corner, it kind of preserved what was underneath it, and it looks like there's like a toilet down there and like a medicine cabinet. So that's kind of neat. So we'll just keep clearing this out. Then we want to move these beams so they're more secure and we're not in danger of them falling on us. So I don't know if you can see those two beams on the side there, but they're actually pretty good sized beams. I think I'm gonna see if I can reuse those for something, but they were just the dangerous beams that were kind of, one was spanned across here. I think the other one was possibly the same, but I'm gonna knock this one down real quick. If you wanna step back again, I'll hop up there and I'll push this one down. So I wanna get this larger of these two that are leaning against this. I wanna get the larger one off of the lower one and then see what the actual weight is. It looks like it's pretty hefty, but let's see. Hopefully I don't maim myself. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Nice.
It's kind of
smoother than
counterbalanced
what I
on the other end, yeah.
Alright.
Pretty good. So I'm gonna do my best to drag that out or possibly cut it up, and then we'll work on getting this one.
Well, we found this thing. Don't know what it is.
It's definitely like leather, I would think.
Right. If you have any ideas, let us know.
It's like that's a lid.
Is it like a giant, like wine container or something?
It must be some kind of a
Portable
liquid container.
something? I don't know.
This one's pretty loose, actually. I might as well knock it down too.
Okay.
Great.
Sounded pretty solid.
Easy so far. This one's a little heavier.
Ta-da!
Great. I want to grab this. I was up in here and I saw this window. I think that this is wood slats with adobe that's fallen on it, so it seems a little rickety, so I might fall in here, but...
Oh my god, be
Okay.
careful.
Man, this is actually in pretty decent shape. Here, I'll grab the other one.
Cool! Old shutters.
Nice. Check it out. It's in surprisingly good shape. It has even the latch that latches the two
Wow.
together. Look, it has some of the exterior paint, I assume, if the hardware's on the interior.
Oh, wow.
And then these should hinge together. Oh, it's upside down. Let's see. Look, these work too.
Look at that.
And it should hang. Oh, now it's falling apart on me.
Great.
One. And that can be put back on. Actually, it just looks like needs some fastening. Just need some shellac. Shellac it. They're literally exactly like the one in our house. I'm stuck with the same design.
There. Cool. There we go.
So I think I've got myself set up. I pushed this as far as I could to here. I've got that other end dug out, and the neighbor let me borrow this huge breaker bar. So I'm gonna wedge it under there and see what happens. If it all goes as planned, I'm hoping this is gonna fall that way and down, and then that beam will rest on this upright post. Nice.
Sweet. That couldn't have worked better.
Let's see. Well, at least that wall's strong, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Great. Well, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna attempt to pull this. Rachel's in the house making lunch, so hopefully I don't get pinned or die. But I want to pull this beam out. I think it's in the wall, and it would have spanned the distance between that side and this side, and then it's kind of holding some of this stuff up. So let's see what happens. Woo. I've also been slowly de-slatting this, what I assume was the floor that had collapsed. So the flooring here is fairly straight, so I'm trying to save some of the slats. They're actually coming up pretty easily, thankfully. That almost looked like I loosened it first, but I promise I did not. It's surprisingly getting cold. It's the end of May, and it's in the north here, so it's getting a little chilly and the wind's blowing pretty good, so I think we're going to call it a day. But my final act is to be able to knock that piece of wood that's horizontal there, which is connected to this vertical piece. I'm going to try to knock it all down at once with this long slat that I've dug out. So here we go. Let's see.
Great.
I feel like we've definitely gotten lucky on a couple of these
Yeah,
things.
yeah, they've come down pretty easily.
When we first
actually.
came in here, I was like, man, like this is pretty precarious, but then as I went along, I guess because we took our time and
Yeah, we're slow and watched
Right.
everything, and
But yeah, so check that out. This whole site's clear now. I figure I did want to get this couch and stuff moved out so we can move that door, but in actuality, as I kept going, I didn't want to work under this door with all this stuff that we had fell that was right here. So I think it was better that we got all this stuff out of the way instead of working under this. Thanks for coming along. That's the end of day 3.